I'm Randy Ireland, and this is a Family Entertainment Group training video. We're on an action-packed course to teach you the basics of the redemption counter, from selling cards to cashing out prizes. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with all of the exits around you and know that they are locked. With that being said, let's get started. You are on the front lines of guest service in these positions, where you will be spending a majority of your time. You'll be answering questions about the game room, or game cards, or tokens. You'll be cashing out tickets for prizes, as well as making sales. No 2 days are the same in this industry, and these are just your basics at the redemption counter. Let's start with cashing out tickets for prizes. Now, this is where you'll be starting, but where the guest experience typically ends. So it's very important that we keep up great guest service while cashing out the tickets. But Randy, what is great guest service? Well, I'm glad you asked, you handsome devil. Let's take a look.
Here we have Richard, looking like your typical Burger King employee, who could not care less about where he is if he even knows. He's slack-jawed, has that 1,000-mile glare, and could possibly begin to drool soon. And here we have Justin, an exemplary FEG attendant. He's attentive and smiling while his appearance is neat and clean. He's ready to greet the guest as soon as they come up and assist them in any way he can to the best of his abilities. Justin provides the great guest service we're looking for.
But why is great guest service such a priority for us? You're just full of great questions, aren't you? Well, the difference between our industry and others is that we are in the entertainment business. That means it is our job to provide fun. Our business is very guest-oriented, and we approach everything with a guest-first attitude.
Now that we have that understood, let's cash out tickets for prizes. Justin's going to listen attentively to the guest, grab the prizes they ask for, scan the barcode of the appropriate price, and tell the guest how many tickets they have left. Rinse and repeat this as often as needed. It is easy for us to interact with the guest in this position, and we always want them to walk away satisfied.
Communicating at the redemption counter is key, obviously between you and the guest, but also with you and your coworkers. Communicating with your coworkers can ensure that the guests are helped quickly and orderly.
Communication at the redemption counter can also help determine levels of stock. On a busy day, you'll go through a lot of prizes. Communicating with your coworkers helps ensure we stay well stocked and knowledgeable about our inventory. Take a look through display cases and the prize wall at the beginning and the end of your shift.
Never take a prize off display unless you are 100% certain that we are out of it. Check with your coworkers, supervisor, or other management staff to make sure that we don't have that product in storage somewhere. This brings us to restocking the redemption counter. A well-stocked redemption counter keeps you and your crew running like a well-oiled machine.
Whenever guest traffic is slow at the counter, it is a great time to make sure bins and drawers are stocked with prizes neatly and orderly. It is everyone's job to ensure we are running as smoothly as possible. The arcade business is a real team effort, and it takes a good team to keep it operating. Like this guy filling a crane, which you'll learn how to do later in another amazing training video. Or this awesome attendant restocking the redemption counter. Stocking tickets like this guy keeps us ahead of guest demand. And it is important to keep our games clean, like this fine attendant here. Another great thing to do when the redemption counter is slow, clean. Kids are naturally sticky creatures, toss candy into the mix and things get very messy very quickly. Whenever possible, clean the glass of your redemption counter, as well as dust the prizes on your back wall.
Sometimes the redemption counter is also your point of sales for selling game cards. If you don't have game cards and you're still on tokens, well, you can skip this part for now and join us in the 21st century later. But if you have a cell phone that fits in your pocket and you know what the internet is, follow me. This is your POS, where you will sell cards all day. It is your job to know your pricing, packages, and specials backwards and forwards. Study your pricing packages so you can give the guests the best bang for their buck. The guest will often ask for a recommendation on which pricing package works the best for them, and it's your job to know. Now, besides the ability to read, count, and hit buttons, you only need one more skill to work at the POS, the upsell.
But Randy, what's an upsell? And yet another fine question. Say a guest wants to buy a $15 card, but we have a special for $20. It is your job to inform the guest of the special so they get the best bang for their buck. You've also effectively sold $5 more than you would have without informing the guest of the special. No downsides here, only upsells. You will be asked lots of questions at the redemption counter. Being familiar with the games and the attractions in your location is a must. Take a walk through and get an idea of how everything works.
Is that everything you need to know about the redemption counter? Absolutely not. Like I said, no 2 days are the same in this industry. These are just your basic skills that work in the redemption counter. But I believe you are ready to leave the nest and fly out into your first transaction as an FEG arcade attendant. I bid you farewell for now, but fear not, you will see my face on many training videos to come as you progress. I was Randy Ireland, your host, and that was an FEG instructional video.